This is why narcissists panic so much over sigma infj. Narcissists are individuals with inflated self-importance, a deep need for constant admiration, and a lack of empathy. They are selfish, self-absorbed, self-centered, egocentric, egotistic individuals. Narcissists thrive on control. That's why they're called master manipulators. They thrive on validation and the perception that they are superior to others, that they are more important than others. Despite their outward confidence, narcissists are incredibly fragile. They have a fragile ego. Their self-worth is often built on unstable foundations, such as external validation and manipulation of others. The sigma infj, on the other hand, is a rare combination of an intuitive, empathetic introvert who doesn't follow traditional social hierarchies but still holds immense influence and insight. They are known as the lone wolves of the Myers-Briggs personality spectrum. Sigma infj are highly independent and they do not need external approval. This self-sufficiency makes them immune to many of the tactics narcissists use to manipulate others. Sigma infj possess intense emotional intelligence. They can read people easily, especially those trying to hide behind masks like narcissists. Narcissists prefer relationships where they can dominate and emotionally manipulate others. When faced with someone they can't control, they feel deeply threatened. Sigma infj don't wear their emotions on their sleeve. They keep their thoughts private, making it extremely hard for narcissists to read or predict them. One of the narcissists' primary tools is excessive charm and flattery. Sigma infj see through this tactic, rendering it ineffective. INFJ often live by a strong internal value system. They won't compromise their morals just to please someone, which is a huge obstacle for narcissists looking to manipulate. Narcissists love being the center of attention. Sigma infj, on the other hand, often avoid the spotlight, making it impossible for narcissists to use them as ego-boosting supply. Sigma infj are obsessed with authenticity. They seek truth in themselves and others, making them natural detectors of deception and manipulation. Before responding, Sigma infj observe and analyze everything. This quiet scrutiny unnerves narcissists who prefer people who react impulsively to their provocations. Narcissists push buttons to provoke emotional reactions. Sigma infj usually respond with calm detachment, which denies narcissists the chaos they crave. Narcissists love mind games. Sigma infj opt out, refusing to play, which destroys the narcissist's control framework. The infj intuition is uncanny. They often just know what's really going on behind the surface. This makes it nearly impossible for a narcissist to maintain their facade. Sigma infj feel deeply, but they are not pushovers. They empathize with others' pain, but will still enforce boundaries which narcissists hate. When pushed, Sigma infj are not afraid to confront a narcissist with the truth. Their insight can be disturbingly accurate, piercing through denial. Sigma infj won't submit or conform to narcissists' expectations. This non-compliance is seen as rebellion and becomes a source of panic for the narcissist. Sigma infj do not follow societal trends or groupthink. They don't seek approval from the narcissist or the group the narcissist tries to control. To a narcissist, every relationship is a game with winners and losers. But Sigma infj don't play to win. They play to understand and walk away if needed. That's terrifying to a narcissist. Sigma infj, through their clarity and depth, can serve as a mirror to a narcissist's deepest flaws, something the narcissist will go to great lengths to avoid seeing. When Sigma infj sense toxicity, they often disappear quietly. This sudden withdrawal deprives narcissists of their supply and destabilizes their sense of power. Narcissists rely on fear of rejection, abandonment, or failure. Sigma INFJ usually process fear internally and therefore don't project it outwardly, making manipulation ineffective. Sigma INFJ don't stroke egos just to keep the peace. Their authenticity prevents them from feeding the narcissist's inflated self-image. One of the most feared behaviors from an INFJ is the door slam, cutting someone off completely and permanently. This represents total loss of control, which terrifies a narcissist. Narcissists often feel envy and project it onto others. Sigma INFJ are usually content and don't engage in comparison, robbing the narcissist of the competition they thrive on. There is an almost spiritual quality to Sigma INFJ that many people can feel but can't describe. Narcissists feel drawn to it but also intimidated by what they can't understand. Narcissists can't handle people who remain unbent by manipulation. Sigma INFJ often stand firm even under pressure, which enrages the narcissist. Sigma INFJ are cycle breakers. They will recognize toxic patterns and leave, refusing to perpetuate the narcissist's drama or delusions. Their presence often inspires others to question narcissistic behavior, and this undermines the narcissist's ability to isolate and control. Because INFJ often bring truth and clarity, they can unintentionally trigger deep hidden shame in narcissists, something they are terrified to confront. Sigma INFJ exhibit emotional maturity, something narcissists lack. This imbalance highlights the narcissist's immaturity, making them feel exposed and inferior. The INFJ silence isn't passive, it is powerful. It's a well-timed pause or disengagement which can speak volume. This often destabilizes narcissists more than words could. Narcissists love controlling the story. Sigma INFJ, however, live outside the narcissist narrative, and they will refuse to participate in false versions of reality. And in conclusion, ultimately, narcissists panic around Sigma INFJ because they can't be deceived, manipulated, or controlled. They expose the cracks in the narcissist's grand illusion. And that kind of truth is what narcissists fear the most. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.